Well, hello, Sam. Welcome to my messy room and to this dark face. Um, Today is full moon, in case you didn't notice, and I was praying for you, and I had this thing I wanted to tell you, and then on top of that, I saw it was full moon, so I wanted to sing you a song I wrote that is about kind of the moon, actually more about the sun, but you know, it's whatever. So, are you ready? Okay, good. So, the sun is there to keep me warm, to keep me safe, and to give me light. It's always there, shining bright. Don't fool yourself, it's gonna be alright. And even though it might get cold, it's not as cold as it could be. And even though it might get cold, it's not as cold as it could be. And though there's days when clouds will come and cover the sky and block your sight, be sure in this, it's a proven fact. The sun's still there, it's still shining bright. So change your mind, redirect your thoughts, educate yourself, and get insight in the things unseen, hidden from our eyes. Oh, yes, Sam, you must believe in that what's right. And even though it might get cold, oh, it's not as cold as it could be. And even though it might get cold, it's not as cold as it could be. Though obstacles may fog your sight, steal your vision, maybe everything will turn tonight. Though obstacles, situations and stuff might fog your sight, or steal your hope, steal your vision, or everything will switch tonight. The moon is proof, the stars confirm, oh, the sun's around, and it's still shining light. And the moon's around, it's proof, the stars confirm, the sun's around, still shining light. Now remember this, when clouds restrain your sight, or the sun, we trust in God and not in what we see. could be. Now remember this one thing: when clouds restrain the sun, we trust in God, not in what we see. That's why we walk by faith. And even though it might get cold, it's not as cold as it could be. And even though it might get cold, it's not as cold as it could be. The moon is proof, and the stars confirm. The sun's around, still shining light. Sam is gonna be alright. And I honestly don't know how you feel, but God does. And I know it's gonna be alright. So even though we can't see the sun, if we see the moon and the stars and a little bit of hope, we know the sun's still shining because it shines the light on the moon and stars, otherwise they couldn't shine. So if you see a little bit of hope and just a little bit of something of God, you know He's around and it's going to be alright. It's just a season. So hang on there. And I actually saw a picture for you while I was praying today of like a ship. And I just saw the ship like whoosh and whoosh and whoosh. It was like the waves, it was like just going to the right, to the left, up, down. It's just moving the whole time. It was like shaking and just like, wow. But I saw an anchor from the ship all the way down to the ground, and it was just like holding on. It was strong and like it wasn't moving. So even though the ship was feeling like it was going everywhere and moving, it actually was still staying at the same spot because it had its anchor rooted and grounded in the ground. And I felt like nothing could shake the anchor because the anchor was strong and heavy. And so even though the ship was moving, it was still at the same spot and wasn't moving, if that makes sense. And I felt like God was saying, you might feel like you're moving and you're everywhere, but you have an anchor, and that's in the Word of God and in God, and you're strong in that, and it's your foundation, and you're standing on it. I felt that, and like you're actually not moving away. It just feels like you're whoosh. And I feel like that's going to settle someday. So don't worry about that. Just hold on to what you know, and the anchor's there. Just hold on to the anchor and just look above and look to Jesus, and yeah, you'll get there. So peace.